What's up, YouTube? Colin here, the Wild CEO, founder of Wild Foods and TribeThenK.com. Today's topic is kind of ironic because I'm posting about it and I'm on one of these platforms, right? Being social famous, Instagram famous, YouTube famous, whatever, is not the end itself. It's not going to magically make you successful. And for 99.9% of you, will never generate you any money. So what am I talking about here? I'm sitting here talking, posting on YouTube. Am I being a hypocrite? No, and here's another, this is a teachable moment. I've been using that word a lot lately because it's something that comes up that you can pull a lesson out of or that you can teach somebody out of, right? The lesson here is not everything is black and white. If you make social media and likes and following and engagement and whatever, if you make that the metric itself, you lose sight of what you're actually trying to do. So I'm using YouTube for multiple reasons. I'm using YouTube to put content out, to build an audience, to strengthen my current audience, to repurpose this content into other places like Instagram and our email list for our training, for our Tribe program. I'm not doing it to be YouTube famous. In fact, I've made like $40 in my YouTube account. Who knows when I'm gonna get that? It might take a year before I can like reach the $100 payment threshold through ads. I'm not trying to monetize YouTube. That's not my point. The final actual point, and the thing I'm getting out of doing this on a daily basis is doing my daily YouTube video, is I'm getting the practice of my message. I'm getting the practice of the content creation, which is making the podcast better. Ancestral Mind podcast, the TribeThenK podcast. The next podcast I might want to do, if I want to do speaking, which is definitely in my future, when I'm working with tribe clients, when I'm doing small group coaching, all of these things make me better. I'm talking about these ideas on a daily basis. I'm thinking about them on a regular basis. I'm getting better at communicating them to people on a daily basis. You watching this, you're helping me. You're helping me become a better speaker, a better thinker, a better coach, and having all these things in my consciousness so that I can help people in person too, and help people through training, right? And help them through my businesses. The point today though is it's not about the fame. And that's what people a lot of times are chasing. They have this illusion that if they get X followers on Instagram, somehow they'll just make money. YouTube, you can make money. You can actually get monetization, but it's extremely hard to do. And not everybody can do it, and some channels and some forms of content make less or more. Like, it's just not that simple. Now, you can always leverage a YouTube audience and a YouTube following to do promotions and to make money. Like, you can turn it into a business for sure. But usually, it's a very hard business unless you are one of the very small percentages. Unless you're in the millions, like the percent of the percent, it's going to be very hard to make any kind of living doing something like YouTube. It's possible. And if you're business savvy, you can do it better than a lot of people do it, sure. But you have to be very careful with making the goal to be YouTube famous or Instagram famous versus to provide value to an audience who can then support you by selling them products or services. If you're doing YouTube for fun, then you can ignore most of what I'm saying. Be careful with convincing yourself that you have a business, because you don't. If you have an Instagram channel and you're trying to get likes and followers, you don't have a business. You're trying to grow an Instagram account. They're not the same thing, and they don't always translate as easily as people think. The funny thing is, I'm recording a how-to video for Tribe while I'm talking to YouTube. I'm showing the Tribe how I do my daily video a day and why they should want to do it. And I'll probably end up slipping this video in there, make it real dynamic. It's taken me a long time to get to this point. I'm using 2 cameras. I'm gonna do editing. It's gonna look really cool and dynamic. Usually, I don't do any of that. I take one camera, which is this camera, and I talk to it. I talk to you who's watching right now. And I hopefully convey some form of education or value or something that's gonna make you think about something or something. And then hopefully you come back later on. Maybe we have a connection. Maybe you comment and I reply. Maybe we establish a relationship. Maybe you buy from Wild Foods, right? If you're into superfood ingredients, you want the best stuff in the world, you would go to wildfoods.co and use code WildC over 12% off. See, look at that pitch. That just came so naturally. I've rehearsed it in hundreds of videos at this point, and it just flows. I don't have any qualms about saying it. I don't feel weird about saying it. I used to be weird about selling and promoting my stuff. But then I realized, when you believe in something and you know it can help people, you better scream from the freaking rooftops. Maybe you'll join the Tribe program. We take people and we help them go from 0 or a little bit to 10K a month so that they can then live anywhere they want doing the work that matters. I'm here in the Wild Studio. This is a 1-bedroom apartment up at the Domain that we use for content. I could live anywhere I want. I do have a newborn, so it makes things a little difficult, but my dream has always been to have the autonomy and the security to be able to do my own thing, do work that matters, something that can make the world a better place, and get paid for it. So far, so good. Now I'm motivated to help people live that same dream because it should be the new dream. You know, the American dream of old where you have 2 cars in the garage and a $300,000 mortgage, 5-bedroom house or whatever with a bunch of debt, basically being a debt slave, living in the rat race. No, that is the last generation's dream. We have now this amazing thing. We have this technology that we can reach, you know, anybody in the world, and we can always find somebody we can help, and they can pay us through different things, and then we can live the life of our dreams, really. And we don't have to be millionaires. We don't have to win the lottery. We don't have to be famous. I'm doing it. I got it done today. I had a massive headache earlier. Now I'm actually feeling good. I'm on the, you know, the content creation high, and I'm excited for this video. I'm a builder. I like putting stuff out there. That's what I realized about myself. I don't particularly like managing people. I really don't like having employees. I have to have them, and I love them, and they're amazing. I wish I never had to tell them to do anything or ever get angry or do anything, right? That's not fun for me. But a lot of times it's what's required. It just is. But that's going to be it for today. So I hope you got some value out of this. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And if it's my Tribe 10K out there, then, you know, you have it. You have the thing. There is no reason you can't do this. And these cameras and the technology and the mics and all that, like sometimes a little bit of a learning curve, but most of the time you put it on auto and you just go. Do not complicate it for yourself. Do not let yourself tell yourself nonsense, all these stories about why you can't do it or why you don't know how to do it or whatever. It's insane how easy it is now. I've gone through the camera route for years. I've spent tons of money on equipment. I was in the pursuit of the perfect HD, perfect setup. And I knew that I would need some kind of place to be able to do this, to record consistently. And so that's part of why I got the studio. You don't need this though. My backyard, actually, that's how I did this before I got the studio. I was in my backyard. I can go out there and I have this mic that picks up my voice well enough, and even if it's kind of windy or whatever, and it's perfect and it's amazing. And like, you can do that too. Go find a bench somewhere at a park where nobody's around at certain times of the day and just go talk to the camera. I'm gonna keep going, but we're gonna have to end the video there, okay? Like and subscribe, do it.